Okay, quick video, 23 Bronco Sport, Heritage Limited, first edition, Badlands, basically with the 2-liter, although it might not even matter. It's just a transmission fluid change, 6F35, I believe they all have them. I think this applies to the Maverick, non-hybrid, and Escape as well, maybe some others. So basically for the Bronco Sport at least, this is 23, but what you gotta do, first thing I always do is I never do the drain plug in case I can't get the fluid, the fill plug out. But what I did is I had to, unfortunately, you want your car level when you do this. So I had to jack up my car to get the driver's tire off so I could get to the leveling plug. Because basically what this is you filled up until it starts pouring out of the leveling plug. It's supposed to take 5 quarts. So I had to take that off, raised it up. But before I did that, I measured. And so I lowered it back down so it sits at the stock height, so it's even all around where it would normally sit. So that leveling plug is right in here. Hold on, I'm gonna take my headlamp off. Right there. It takes a 10 millimeter hex drive, and then I needed basically a foot-long socket extension. Show you that. There you go. Mine's a 3/8, but you know, just whatever. It's a 10 millimeter hex drive, so it's just a hexagonal shape like a stop sign, or those are octagons. But that's the leveling, and you do not want to pull that out first. I started to do that, and it started leaking from that leveling plug, which seemed wrong if that's the leveling plug. But I did just get finished driving my car, so it would be hot when I did this, because you want the engine hot up to temperature when you do this. The drain plug is easy to get. You just have to pull off your skid plate if you have one, and then it's a 14 millimeter plug on mine at least. You know, double check when you put it on, don't strip it. And then to fill, you're gonna have to take off the intake, which is just, darn it. Oh my God. It's got the little snorkel thing that goes to the grill. All that is to take that off is there's 2 little plastic screws right here, and basically what they look like, sorry, I'm terrible at taking videos, I didn't prep or anything. You're gonna have 2 screws that look like this. They're gonna be seated down, and you take a flathead and you pop up the top part. Sorry, help if I could set this camera down. But basically you pop this top part out of here with a flathead. You don't have to take it all the way out. And what that does is you can see inside, as it pushes down, it expands them. So when you pop this up, it lets it get narrower, and they will come out of the hole. And there's just 2, one on each side. And then you can basically, I didn't even detach the snorkel from the intake. As you can see there, it basically goes into 2 rubber grommets. Sorry, that's my thing. Oh, it looks like it detached itself, but see those just go in those rubber grommets down there. There's one right there. So you just basically pull up. Don't He-Man it, but you got to give it a little force. Just, you know, gently, slowly increase until you pull it off. And then here's the thing that's going to differ, it seems like. Escapes still had a lid that you could screw off. My Bronco Sport just has a vent. The lid and the Escape acts as the vent. I assume because these are off-road, they wanted the vent with the tube that comes up like a foot and then kind of angles down in case water comes up. So basically, you have these annoying little clips you have to do. And of course, the clips are facing the inside, but they weren't that hard to get to. Just use a regular pair of slip pliers. And was it slip collar pliers? Basically where you can make them thinner or wider, depending on which slot you put them in, and you want to put it in the widest slot. And the good thing about these is if you bring them all the way together, they'll actually snap locked like that, so you don't have to hold them. And that's basically where you're going to fill from. And it's 5 quarts. I guess I should have brought out the fluid. And I'm just letting mine empty. I like to just wait a really long time. Now guys are going to say, oh, you got to flush the transmission to really get all the fluid out. I'm not doing that. Also, normally you would want to change your filter in your transmission, but Ford is a fucking asshole yet again. Look, I like Ford stuff, but they always screw up on the little things. You cannot change the filter without splitting the case, which means you have to pull the whole freaking transmission out. So you want to do your oil changes more often. There's a video about it by this guy, Ford Tech Make You Loco. He has really good videos. He's actually the video I did to research before I did this. But I wanted to make one for the Bronco Sports. And so going to the fluid, you need the ULV, ultra low viscosity. Oh, there's my puppy. Hello, Rocket. You have to use ULV in these, double check to make sure, but like in my Bronco Sport, it has to be ULV. And most of the newer Ford transmissions have to be ULV. I went on Amazon and got a Motorcraft box of 10 for, basically it was like $10.50 a quart, which is a lot cheaper. AutoZone, the only place I could find that had ULV was AMSOIL, I think, and it was like $18 a bottle before tax. I got this, which is the Ford Motorcraft stuff. Not saying it's better or worse, it's just what Ford recommends. For $10.50 a bottle. Me and my buddy, he has a Badlands, so we went in halvesies on it. So it's basically gonna cost us $57 each for the fluid. So they also have one, if you don't have someone to go halvesies on, they have a box of 5 for like 60 something. So it's like 12 something a gallon or a quart. But double check, but that's what mine takes. And let me get one out of here before I end the video just to show you. Like I said, I didn't prepare at all for this video. So my friend actually called me and needs me to come help him, and I just got off work, so I had planned on doing this and taking my time right after work. Okay, so here you go. You got your Mercon ULV automatic transmission fluid. So always double check what fluid you need. And then for mine, it says it takes 5 quarts. So I think that's it. And then it's really easy. Pull the intake out of the way, take off your front driver tire. I always take the whatever fill plug or whatever it is off first. So I would take off the vent first, and that'll help it drain faster too. So that as the fluid goes out, air can displace it, so it doesn't do that gluk, 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 gluk thing. And then what I would do is take the leveling off next, just to make sure you can get it off, or loosen. Don't take it all the way off, in case it does like mine and spill out some fluid. And then take out the drain plug. And then once it's drained, you just take out the leveling plug, put in the drain plug, fill it up till it starts to go over. And what I always do is I wait a minute once it starts going over, clean it off, and then put a little more in just to make sure that it's actually filling all the crevices and getting full. And I might do that 2 or 3 times. So, okay, that's it.